So you had the shot going early, maybe just the looks, and were those the looks that you felt like, okay, these, because you always tell me like every shot you feel like is going to go in, but how big were the looks for you tonight?
Oh, they're big. First play was kind of drawn up, so I knew that one was kind of could come my way. And from there, just kind of got it rolling a little bit, but they all felt pretty good.
Curious, just, you mentioned fatigue from the last game. How good did you feel tonight as far as that, as far as your condition
I'm
tonight?
getting better. Less minutes today, but I'm getting better. I think there was a little bit of pace in those early minutes, and I felt good, very good.
What is that like to be in that zone early in the game? I mean, I can see maybe it happening in the third quarter when it's right out the gate. You're starting that way. How does that feel?
Feels good. Get to get out there and make some shots, but I just kind of feel like I'm doing my job at the end of the day. I like to say you can't get too high with the highs, too low with the lows. Shooting. Some of them feel great, don't go in. Some of them feel a little off, go in. But you make over half of them, and they think you're pretty darn good, right? So just gotta stick with it.
There was a stretch. They got it down to 8, and you created 2 threes for Mikhail and Chris. And Chris was like, "TV, so happy for you to be able to do that." But you know how much that helps the team. How much are you enjoying that opportunity to be able to now create? Because you got hurt early, and we didn't really get to see that. How much are you enjoying that part of it?
A lot, and I still think there's so much more room for me to kind of impact that side of the game. I think as I continue to get my legs under me and continue to, get back in the flow of things, I think I'll continue to add that into what I'm doing on the court.
Some of those makes early in the game were some of your guys' more fundamental stuff, like when you slipped out under. Does that help the rhythm of the offense even more when you guys are just running your core stuff and it's working?
Yeah, for sure. It's stuff that we know we can do. It's stuff that we can go to. We understand reads and stuff off of every play call, and everybody's just on the same page. So the organization's at a lot higher level than when we're in a little bit more of a scramble.
You had the baseline one too. Is that one where you feel the space you have, and in your head you're like, it's a good night tonight?
Yep. Exactly. And you got a guy like Chris Paul on your team, and guys around us on the court that can shoot, finish around the basket, make plays. Like you see Mikhail, his playmaking has changed exponentially, since his earlier years. But you got guys like that, it's hard to guard. There's a lot to worry about. So sometimes I just sneak around and find an easy one.
Take it back. You want to go with one hand on the dunk?
No. I wanted him to. I thought Plumlee was gonna jump. I came in a little hot though. But I was ready for some contact. That's why I came in so hot. He kind of bailed out the way, and I said, "Oh."
It's always center street, it seems like.
Yeah, I was gonna hang onto the rim, but I just felt like I had too much momentum, so I aborted that mission and tried to stick the landing as graceful as I could. I don't know if I did that though.
You made the right move, probably with your legs, just let the.
I didn't want to do one of them things where you slip off the rim and then you're trying to land on your back.
Yeah.
So I tried to finesse it, but no harm, no foul. But there to see another play.
And you took that shot to the face. How were you feeling?
Yeah, I took a decent one right there, but I'm fine. Part of the game. I can have my mouth right in.
How's it been knowing what Dario's been through to get back to this stage? How's it been watching him kind of string some of these performances together?
And Dario can hoop, man. He does a lot of everything, and you can rely on him to score, distribute. He just plays with the flow that we like to play with. So when he's out there, no matter the group, he can always make an impact on the game. Sometimes he's a little bit more of a distributor. Sometimes he's more of a scorer. He can shoot, he can rebound. That's vintage Dario right there.
Another guy kind of building up throughout the season, Josh Okogie. He wasn't really playing when you were on the court last. I know you watched it, happen as he kind of grew into his own this season. What element does he bring to this team that maybe is different than usual?
Well, his athleticism is extremely high level, but also kind of different, and it's fun to watch because just some of the things he does is, I say, a little unorthodox. Some of those tip-ins, he just floats in the air for a little bit extra, longer than everybody else. And he's been shooting the ball at a high level. He can get to the basket, he draws fouls, he can guard, tons of positions, keep guys out of the paint, block shots. What did he do? Block a shot with 2 hands today and just grab it off that guy? Come on, that's different. So what he's able to bring to the team, first of all, he's able to bring it whether he's playing 5 minutes or 30 minutes. You don't necessarily need to get warm and into the flow of the game. You can just impact the game immediately. But he just also has a great spirit about him that when he gets in the game, energy goes up.
It seemed like about a week ago that nothing was going right and that you guys might never win a game again, and now it looks like you'll never
That's
lose
you
again.
guys talking.
Right, but well, tell me, how does it, did it feel that bad a week ago, and
No.
does it feel bad, or
No,
did
it's
you
the
notice?
NBA. You weather storms. It's life. You weather storms. Things don't always go our way. We've found that over the past couple of years, and I don't mean you tuck tail and run and sell a farm and hide away forever. You just keep going, stick with what we do. Like I said, we have a lot of confidence in our group, in the guys that we roll out there, top to bottom. So you just figure we stick with what we're doing. We know we've done it before. We can get back on that track. And it's not saying that we've done anything yet. We're still fighting our way, through the Western Conference, through the league, and we still have so much more to do. So it's not like we're even, oh look, we can do it. No, we're still gonna keep our foot on the gas and try to carve out some wins.
Cam, I know you know what the deal is with the minutes, but is it still hard to come out when you're 6 for 6?
I was a little tired this time, but you just gotta trust the process sometimes, man. I would have loved to sit out there and fired up a couple more, but I 18 minutes. I got a good run in, got some good pace, seen some things on the offensive and defensive ends that I, just want to see in general. Going navigating ball screens, navigating how we guard, navigating our offensive plays, getting into some of those sets that we just talked about, and getting comfortable in those. Just kind of adding overall to just feeling comfortable again back on the court.
When you got 12 points in the first couple of minutes, do you start thinking about big numbers? Maybe not when you're on a minutes restriction.
Yeah, minute restriction kind of strikes those hopes and dreams a little bit. But for me, like I said, I'm just really focused on playing the right way. There's still some things I really got to clean up, especially overall some laps on defensive end where I'm kind of just caught in no man's land. And even some stuff offensively where I feel like I can grow and add more. So I kind of just focus on those things and enjoying it. Like I told you guys a million times, when you're out for a long time, big part of you just enjoys playing basketball again.
Cam Busy passed 1,000 career blocks the other night, added another 5 tonight. What makes him so special?
Well, you got to subtract one of them because here a couple years ago I went up for a layup and he blocked it, but it was goaltending and they didn't call it. So in my mind, I'm gonna subtract one, but he's still over 1,000 nonetheless. Man, when you have somebody like him in the game, and you can just be a little bit more aggressive, funnel people to the paint, and know that he's going to block the shot or really make it tough, that's such a luxury to have, and not every team has that. So talk about a guy that we all love playing with. Another guy that doesn't need to be necessarily in the flow of the game. You put him in, he instant impact.
When Torrey when you were out, what did you see ways that Torrey improved in your absence, and now that you're back and starting with him, and his shot's not falling like tonight? What are the ways you see his impact?
Shot not falling, I think, is very relative. We say that today, but look at last game, he had 20 or so.
Right.
So like I tell you guys, it's basketball. You're gonna make some, you're gonna miss some. But he's been really consistent over the past couple of months, and he's taken on this large role. Had to guard a lot of different positions, has to rebound the ball, and is scoring the ball and is shooting the ball at a pretty high rate this year. So I love what I'm seeing from him. I think he's been great all season.
It's pretty historic how jumbled up the standings are right now,
Yeah.
but is it as simple for you guys as ignoring them and just knowing that if you guys put it together, they're so jumbled up that if you guys just play your basketball you want to?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. And we don't even have our full team yet. We're missing 2 of the best players in the league. These really, really good players. Campaign, Landry Shaman. That's a pretty good unit right there if you roll those 4 out plus any other fifth. I think we just got to keep doing what we're doing. Focus on concepts, not getting too loose, and staying locked into what we do. That's how we got a lot of wins last year, was we were very consistent with what we did. And I think if we keep that same mindset, we'll be all right.
You guys got the Mavericks on Thursday.
Yeah.
I know it's the 3rd time you guys have seen them, I think, this year. Is there anything different about playing Mavericks now? What has gone on over the past couple of years?
Yeah, I think anytime somebody does that to you in a game 7 on your home court, you feel some type of way just as a competitor, but also it is another game. You just have to have a high level awareness of their personnel, what they like to do, who their guys are, and just another game that we're going to come out and do our thing and compete. Every game at NBA is a fun opportunity, is the way you got to look at it.
Thank you.